Hi, so today I'm going to be doing something a little different again. I'm going to be doing my December TBR. So, let's get started. The first two books I plan to read in December are Paranormally and Supernaturally by Kristen Wright. Now this series is set in a world where paranormal creatures live, so things like vampires and werewolves and fairy and shapeshifters, and I'm really excited to read them. You don't often read paranormal stories where things like mermaids are present, and it's going to be really exciting. Unfortunately, I only have the first two books in this series, but if I like the series, I will be definitely picking up the third one soon. The next book I plan to read is Department 19 by Will Hill. Now, I'm really excited to read this book. I think it's about this secret agency, which is Department 19, and vampires, and I've heard that it's action-packed and really filled with adventure and action, and so I'm really looking forward to reading this. The fourth book I plan to read this month is Lion Boy by Zizi Godot. Now, apparently this book is about a boy who is a stowaway on a ship that is headed to Paris, and it's a circus ship, and he meets his lions and they need his help. Apart from that, I don't know much about it. I know a friend recommended it to me, so I've been waiting to read it, and I thought this month would be the perfect time to do so. Now, the next book I plan to read is something a little different. It's called The Selected Works of T.S. Bibbett, a novel, and it's by Reef Lapson. Now, I don't know much about this book at all, but the main reason I picked it up is because throughout the book, it's kind of written differently. There are drawings in it and little diagrams and things like that, and I just thought that was really interesting to include in a story. I don't know quite what this book is about, and it'll be interesting to see if I enjoy it, but just a book in this format, I haven't really read anything quite like this, so I'm looking forward to reading it. The next two books I plan to read this month in December is The Cookie Club and The Christmas Cookie Club by Anne Perlin. Now, I think this is about a series where these girlfriends get together and they start a club, and they gossip and all that kind of stuff. I just thought it'd be a nice, quiet, light read for December, and especially because this one's called The Christmas Cookie Club, I thought, alright, I'll pick it up and I'll try them, and I can't go wrong, really. So yeah. The next book I plan to read this month is Low Red Moon by Ivy Devlin. Now, it's about this girl whose parents are murdered, and she wants to find out who murdered them, so it's about her embarking on this mission to find out who murdered her parents, but also along the way she meets a boy who turns out to be a werewolf. So I'm really excited to read it. It sounds really interesting, and I'm excited to read it. Now, the next book I plan to read this month is Under the Dome by Stephen King. Now, it recently was playing on TV, and I was watching the TV series, and I actually really enjoyed it. And it was actually first where I hadn't read the book first. So, of course, I had to read the book. So, I borrowed this, and I'm really excited to read it. I really enjoyed the TV series, so I'm excited to see what the book kind of brings to the table, and excited to see how the TV series adapted. So yeah. Now, the next book I plan to read this month is Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. Now, I don't really know much about this book. I think it's a dystopian novel, and I've heard really good things about it. And so I'm really excited to read it, and I've been waiting to read it, and I thought this month was a perfect month to read it. Now, the last book I plan to read this month is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce authors' names right. You'll learn from me that I'm not very good at that. Now, I've had mixed reviews about this book. I've heard some people say it's great, and some people saying they didn't enjoy it so much. What I do know about it is I think it's a fantasy-packed novel, and apart from that, I don't really know anything about it. I'm excited to read it and make up my own opinion about the book. So, I hope you enjoyed my December TBR, and if you did, make sure to like this video if you liked it, and leave a comment down below if you're going to be reading any of the books, if you've read them before, and what you thought of them. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see more videos from me. And I guess I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!